Okay, today we'll be discussing about different kinds of drill down possible in Splunk dashboards. Also, we'll see how we can set up drill down for different kinds of Splunk charts. Okay, like pie charts or any geo maps and all. So to do that, what I have done is I downloaded a CSV file related to our Google Play apps, different kinds of apps and their versions, how many times we have downloaded that, size, these things, content ratings and all, different genres, different categories like that. And also added the country information for those apps so that I can create a geo map from that. Okay, so now Kaggle is really interesting website where you can download different kinds of datas for your own machine learning applications. So check this out. Okay, now, from that data, I have created this dashboard where if you see, I have 5 drop downs here, like time, different category drop down, genres drop down, Android version drop down, and country drop down. And there is a single value field here, single value visualization, then bar chart, pie chart. We have a time chart as well with the area time chart. We have a geo distribution map as well. We have a Splunk table, which is basically giving me different app details here, and we have a event visualization where if you run a normal search from a Splunk search, right, it gives a event, different kinds of event. So that there is a visualization called event visualization as well that you can add to your dashboard. So to make it different from the Splunk table, I just formatted this table with this heat map. Maybe I can create a separate video of like how we can set up different kinds of visualization customization, that I'll create a new video for that. Okay, so we'll see how we can enable drill down for these different kinds of charts. Okay, now before that, what is actually drill down is. So drill down is, suppose you clicked on a visualization or click on any element of a dashboard, right? You want to do perform some action. Now that action could be you redirect to any other website, very custom website, or you can redirect to your own app, a different dashboard or different report in your own app, or you can redirect to a Splunk search so that a search will run and that will give you some result, or you can refresh the other panels in your own dashboard itself. Okay, now we'll try to see different examples for those drill downs. So first we'll start with how we can refresh other panels in our own dashboard. Okay, now this is a very special kind of drill down behavior because when you clicked on, let's say, any value, let's say from this category field, category chart, I am clicking on this family value, all the panels will be refreshed, right, from this drill down behavior. Now there should be some way to reset it back as well. We'll try to see different challenges we will face when we'll try to reset it. Okay, now let's start with this one. So we'll start first with this category and other charts. At last, we'll try to see how we can enable drill down for single value. Okay, so to enable a drill down, what you need to do is you need to go to edit. Okay, now for that particular panel, click on these 3 vertical dots and click on edit drill down. Okay, now if you see this on click, there is a action you need to choose. Like, we'll try to see. Now currently we are doing refreshing our own dashboard panels, right? In that case, how we will do is we will manage different tokens from our dashboards. Okay, so now before that, what I'll do is I'll just take this dashboard source somewhere so that I can show you the code as well, how it is written. Edit source. Now if you see, the dashboard is written in very simplistic way where we have a base search. It is just the index equals to main and different fields. From this base search, all my different drop downs and different panels are getting refreshed. If you see, not for time, if you see for other category and genre, it is from this base search we are just taking the top category and top genre name. Okay, and also for this panel also the base search is running. Okay, so now what we'll do is we will try to set up a token. Okay, now the intention is to, if I click on here, based on this category equals to family, all my panels will be getting refreshed. That is what I am trying to achieve. Okay, so now before I enable the drill down, I want to show you something. If I run this search for this particular panel, so what it is doing, so this till this point it is my base search, and then dedup app, I'm taking the unique apps, and then their top categories, right? So it is giving me a statistical table, right? And if you see in any Splunk dashboard visualization, behind the scene there is a statistical table. From there the visualization is getting created, right? Mm, now this table, this table, when we will enable the drill down, we will see there are a lot of default tokens Splunk generates, okay? Like click.value, click.name, click.value 2, click.name 2, something like that, okay? So now we'll try to understand them first, then we'll try to set up this token. Now click.name, name means the field names, okay? So if you see, I have three fields here. Now click.name always refers to the first field, okay? Now click.name to always refers to the other fields except the first field name, okay? So click.name will be either count or percent based on where you are clicking on, okay? So we'll see how to use click.name to as well. Now click.value will be the value of this category field, the first field basically, okay? And click.value 2 will be the values of those other fields except the first field, okay? Now there are another token, it's generates called row.field name, where you will access any field name by row dot that field name. That means row dot category means I will say the value of this row dot category field as well, okay? We'll try to see them as well. So we'll now try to enable the drill down. So I'll go to here, edit drill down, manage tokens. So when you set up a token, and that for that token there is a drop down available in your dashboard, what you have to do is you have to append this form dot, okay? Now for category, right, I have a drop down here. So the drop down token is this one. So idea is to, when I click on that, I will set up this drop down token as click dot value, as we discussed, right? Because the family is the first first column values, family, game, tools. So click dot value, right? Now when the drop down will be set up, the drop down has search when change equals to true, okay? So what it will do, it will run the searches, right? So now we will pass the token to this search as well. Now you have two options here. Either you can pass this token to the base label, like panel level searches, or you can pass the token to the base search itself, so that you can write the token only once, so that all panels are anyhow referring to this base search, so they will be automatically refreshed. So what I'll do, I'll just say search, right? Then the whatever token I have set up, maybe I'll show you here first. Apps by category. So we have done by apps by category. Okay, so let's apply this one. Okay, so we have set up the token here. Now we'll go to source. Okay, now for if you see the apps by category, when you set up a drill down, there is a drill down tag has been added here, and with this token setting code, right? Now we will pass this token to my base search. So how I will do, I will come over here, I'll say search, okay? My category field will be this one, now the category value mm, can have space in between. So what we'll do is we will place this token with double quotes, and if you see, the token value has to be within this dollar sign, as I think I have shown in previous videos as well when we have discussed different dashboards, right? So save. So I'll just refresh the dashboard once. Okay, now if I click on here, if you see, the based on this family value, all other dashboards has been populated, including this guy, right? Single value. Now to verify that, you can run the search behind to see whether exactly coming out not. Okay. Now there is a reason why we have we have set up this token, category filter token, and when we are drilling down, because we need to revert it back. We need to give an option to the user to revert it back. So if I just click on here, as that category filter is having default value as star. If you see, for the category name filter, the default value is star. So when user clicks on that cross button, so it's running with all these categories, different categories, so it's resetting back itself. Okay, similarly for pie chart as well, if you run the query, so for pie chart, we want to drill down with different genres, right? And the genre is the first column itself, so we'll see the same value, click dot value, right? So we'll just click on edit, drill down, manage tokens, form dot. Now what way token will set? We'll set the token for that drop down. Now for genre, the drop down is, well, token name is genre underscore name. So I'll set up this token, click dot value again, apply. I'll go to source. I'll pass that token here to my genres column, right? Now there is a field called genres. I'll copy that, equals to similar way within dollar form dot my token name within dollar, and also I'll give it within double quotes, so that if it has space it will also take it. Okay, save, refresh the dashboard. Okay, now if I click on here, so based on that value, see if it is refreshing all other dashboards including this table as well. If you see genre is my education, right? If I see, if you see, all the genres has been refreshed with the education value. Similarly the events as well. Okay, all the education values is coming up here. Okay, now again I can go back here like similar way. Now let us discuss about this apps count by day. Now if you see, this is a time chart. If I run the query running behind, till this is my base search, then this query is running, right? Now if you see, there is a time chart, right? Now for this chart, what we are trying to achieve is we will be drilling down based on the Android version here, right? So that means if I click on anywhere in the chart, that Android version value like 2.2 and up, 2.3 and up, this kind of value has to pass over there, right? Now if I see the search, in the data itself, nowhere we have Android version, but we have Android version in the column value, and that too not the first column, the other columns. So that's why that click dot name 2 will come into picture now. Okay, so when I click on the any chart of the value, the click dot name 2 I have to pass now, and based on what value we are clicking, click that name 2 will be automatically changing itself. So let's do that. Edit, drill down, manage tokens, form dot. Now for this Android version, the drop down token name is Android underscore var. So var, then click dot name 2. Okay, click on apply. Now again go to source, where I have to pass the same token to my Android underscore var field. So Android var equals to double quotes within dollar. I have to give form dot, that my token name is Android underscore var. Save, then refresh the dashboard. Okay, now if I click on anywhere in the chart, let's say 2.3 and up, it is showing up, right? If I click on anywhere in the chart, so all other dashboards are getting filtered by this Android version itself. And if you see, this token is also, this drop down is also populated with this value. And if I show you in the table as well, the Splunk table as well, so Android version 2.3 and up. Okay, similarly, now I'm going back. Now the same code, when you have a legends in your chart, right? The same code works for the legends as well. So if I click on 4.3 and up, see, the same behavior is happening as well here. Okay, we do not need to write any separate code for this one. So click on close. Now let's go back to our geo distribution. So for geo distribution also it's same. If you run the query running behind, so my first column is my country. If I go to my statistics tab, first column is my country. So I'll just give click.name. So I'll go to edit drill down, manage tokens, form dot. Now what token I will set it up? I'll set up my country drop down token, right? So the token name is country, form dot country, click dot value, apply, go to source where I have a field called capital C country. So country is equals to similar way within double quotes, double dollar, form dot my token name country. Save. I'll just refresh. Okay. So now if I click on anywhere, let's say Brazil, so all the dashboards will be refreshed based on this Brazil value. Country equals to Brazil. And if you see here as well, let me show you in the Splunk table. Where is my country? Yeah, it's filtered based on Brazil. Okay. Now to going back, we have to go back by this one. I'll click on the one. I'm resetting it up. Okay. Now let's move on to the Splunk table because Splunk table is a little bit complicated because table has multiple dimensions, right? It has different columns. Now there could be a lot of scenarios where uh, you do not want to enable drill down for a particular column, right? And there could be scenarios where a particular column this drop down itself does not exist, so there is a challenge of resetting it back as well, right? We'll try to see it now. So first we'll see how we can enable drill down for a table level. Okay, for a single so let's do that first. So I will click on edit. Okay, I'll just first enable a drill down. Let's say wherever I click on this table, okay, it will, let's say it will just refresh the dashboard based on this app value, or let's say Android version value first. Okay, this is the first column. So what will do, I'll say edit drill down, manage. So I'll set this token similar way we have done it for this Android version, right? So form dot Android version, you're setting up this token to. Now as it is the first column, click dot value, apply. Okay, now as I already passed this token to my search, right, this Android version, so I do not need to write it again. So click on save, refresh. Okay, now if I click on here or anywhere in the table, if you see, it will only filter based on this Android version. Okay, and as I have a drop down here, I can easily go back there. Maybe let me show you another Android version here. Let's say 5.0 and up. I'm clicking, let's say here in the table, but it will still refresh the dashboard based on the Android version only because the code itself is written like that. So if we go to edit source for the table, this is my app details table. So only we are drilling down. When you're drilling down, we are setting up this token. Okay. Now let's see how we can drill down. So now what I want to do is I want to do this setting up this token only when I am clicking on Android underscore version, that table column name, right? So that means let me show you from the UI. So when I click on here only, then only it should take this Android version. Otherwise, it should not take anything. Okay. So To do that, so my column name is Android underscore fur. Okay, I'll just copy this one. Okay, I'll go to edit. I'll go to source now. Okay, now I'll say in that app details drill down. Now this is where my conditional drill down come into picture. Okay, so there is a tag called condition. Okay, now in this inside this condition we'll do our token setting. So I'll move my token setting code there. Now what condition, as I wanted to drill down only when my field, when I clicking Android version field, I'll say field equals to that Android version. So I think that column name is Android underscore fur. Okay, so field will be this one. So when my field will be this one, then only I will I'll be drilling down, okay, to that table. So let's see how it's going on. Now if you see here, if I click on anywhere else in the table, it is going to search. We'll see how to fix it. Now, so if I click on Android version only, that time only the drilling down is happening properly. Okay, now as you see, it is going down to the search. Okay, now we could do differently, like let's say for category also we can write the similar code. When my field is category, then I will set up this category token, right? Similar code. Or if let's say I wanted to completely turn off the drill down for this particular app uh, column. Okay, so to do that, what we'll do it similarly. We'll go to edit, we'll go to source, we'll write another condition over there where I just copy this code. Okay, now where my field is app, right? Where my field is app, I will not set anything. This is how you stop it. I will not set anything. This will be blank. Now let's see how it's going. Okay, now if I click on app, if you see, nothing is happening. Okay, so this is how you stop the drill down. Now we will see for a if for a particular column, right, let's say content rating, I do not have any drop down here, right? So but still I want to enable drill down with the content rating, but I have to also remember that I am drilling down with my within my own dashboard, so that I have to give some provision to the end user to coming back or to resetting the dashboard, right? We'll try to implement it in different, slightly different way. So first of all, let's enable the drill down for this content underscore rating. So what I'll do is I'll create a input. Okay, now that inputs I can create it from here. It's just a simple text input. Okay, type will be text. I'll tell you why I have created this. So let's say I'll give the name what we are planning to do with the category, right? So content rating. So content RTNG, let's say. Okay, and I'll just give its default value to star. Let it be enabled now. Now when we are doing the drill down for this table, let's say edit drill down, cancel. Okay, first cancel it. So I'll just go to edit, I'll go to source. We'll try to update the drill down from the source itself. Now let's remove this thing. We'll just do it for only one so that our example will be more clearer. So what I'll do is when my field will be that field, right? I think the field name is content underscore rating. When my field will be content underscore rating, I'll set up this token just now we have created the small input text input, right? So content underscore rtng here, form dot content underscore rtng. I created this input because we'll see click dot value only, right? So I'll just remove this one, make it very clear. So we are setting up a token. Now if I use this token here, suppose something similar to the what we are doing before, right? So content underscore rating equals to dollar form dot content rating, then dollar this one. Let's see what's going on there. Okay, so refresh the dashboard. Now it is there. We will see how to hide it as well. Now if I click on content rating everyone, why it is going with Android 4.2 and up. Let me see the code. Okay, click dot value, as I if you see, this is a classic example we have faced here, right? Click dot value of the value of the first column, but I want to do with the value of this other column, so it should be value 2. Save, refresh. Okay, now if I click on everyone, now the value should be passing. See, content rating value is everyone. Okay, now it is refreshing properly, but there is no way I can go back until and unless a user is doing this, right, removing that one, and it is moving. But this is a very uh, not a good way to interact with the end user, right? So what we'll do is here we'll create a button. Okay, now what that button will do, when I click on that button, we will reset this token. Okay, and we will make this input text input hidden. So how we make this hidden, we'll say depends. Okay, we'll see how to hide it. Before that we'll just implement that feature first. Okay, so now to implement a button, what we'll do inside this panel itself, we'll create a html tag. Okay, now we'll see html. Okay, now inside this html, let's create this one. Okay, p paragraph top, and then there is a reference link with this a. Okay, href equals to within double quotes hash. Okay, now we will, when the button will be clicking, so basically um, let me close this one, and I'll give this button name as clear filter file t. Okay, now when this button will be pressed, right, we will have to reset some token, basically this my content rating token to star, right, as we are doing it manually, right? So to do that, there is a option called data set token. Okay, this value, what we will be passing it here, you'll be passing this token value form dot content Getting? Okay, and what value you will be passing there? Data underscore value. Through this one you will be passing the value. I'll be passing star there, right? Resetting it to star, right? Also, if you see, this clear filter button should not be displayed by default. Whenever we are drilling down, that time only we will have to enable this clear filter. To do that, what we'll do is we'll set another token here. Okay, token equals to, let's say, form dot show clear filter. Okay, we'll set it like this. Okay, now you can give a star any value here. Now this HTML portion or div will be depends on this token. So that's why we have this depends one. So depends on this token value, right? So it has to be $$ form dot show clear filter. So that means when we are drilling down, we are setting up this token. That token will enable this clear filter button. When you click on clear filter button, we have to unset that token as well. So to do that, we will do data unset token. Okay, equals to form dot this show clear filter. Okay, so our initial setup is done. Okay, now you have to write a JavaScript to parse these values and setting up those tokens. Okay, now as you've seen from my multi-select tutorial, right, we how to integrate JavaScript with the dashboard, we'll be doing it in the similar way. Okay, but before that, let us see how it's working first. It will not work now, it just will see how that at least the clear filter is coming up or not, right? So if you see, by default the clear filter is not coming up. When I click on any of the content rating, this clear filter is coming up here. Okay, and you can make it through CSS. This clear filter you can, and you can change its look and feel as well. Okay, so one of the changes I can show you here is, we'll tell this is a button. So to do that, we'll give it a button class. Okay, class equals to, within this one, btn secondary clear filter. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, now if I see everyone, so clear filter is coming up in some different way, and you can, through CSS you can, and give it any, like, where you want to display it as well, the coordinates as well, right? So that I am not going to that level. Now let's develop the JavaScript. Okay, so for that, what we'll do is, I'll try to do it very quickly. So to that, I already developed that JavaScript. I'll try to explain it from here. Okay, so what we're doing, as you remember from my previous video, right? So when we have done the multi-select, we have done the similar way. There is a require, right? Inside that require, we are basically passing the things, the libraries we want, like in this case jQuery underscore Splunk MVC is must, right? And then there is a function we are defining with all these libraries as a input parameter, right? For jQuery it's dollar underscore is underscore, and MVC is this MVC. Now we have a two functions here. One is the setting up the token, okay, and another is the actual value. So now let's go back to our dashboard and see clear filter. If I right click and inspect on it, okay, so this is my clear filter button code, right? I'll try to make it a little bit bigger. Now if I go up right? If you see this div, this is my whole dashboard. If you see, when I'm mouse hovering that, it is selecting my all the dashboards, right? So this code is written in similar way. In my dashboard body, on clicking on this any of the field, this clear filter, this data will be passing over there. Okay, and now what it will do, so when we are clicking on this clear filter, we are taking these tokens, data set token, right? So taking these token values. Okay, now after this token value, we have to set the token to star or something, right? So so this is how we are setting up the token. We are calling a function called set token. It's nothing. When you, if you know about Splunk MVC framework, from the MVC framework get default, even this code is also not necessary. So from the MVC get default, if you write this line mbc.components.get default, it will give you all the tokens you are passing or you are available in your dashboards. From there you will just set the token values and name. So here in this program, we are passing my token name and my token value. Okay, now let's see. We will integrate this particular JavaScript. So I'll copy this JavaScript. I'll go to my Splunk etc apps folder. And now currently we are working with my search app, right? I'll go to search app, then app server static, similar way we have done for multi-select. We'll paste this JavaScript there. Okay. And to include my JavaScript, what I have to do is I have to go to my dashboard, click on source. From in the form tag, I have to give script equals to that script name, right? Now my script name is clear underscore filter. I'll share this code as well so that you can have a look. Dot js. Okay, click on save. Now we have to restart the Splunk because we have included a js file. I'll go to server control, restart Splunk. Okay, okay, so what we are if you see now, so what we are trying to achieve is, so by default my clear filter will not be shown up. When I drilling down based on that code of depends, my clear filter will show up. When I click on clear filter, it has to reset my whole dashboard by setting up that token. So let's Splunk restart. So done. Okay, so we'll come to my dashboard. Leave. I'll come over here. So I'll go to my search. I'll go to my dashboard. I'll go to this Google Play dashboard, right? So by default, if you see, nothing is showing up here. Now I will click on content rating, any of the content rating values. So clear filter is coming up over here. And if you see, this content rating text box also updated with the clicked value. Now if I do, I'll just do F12 so that I can show you what clear filter is doing. So if I click on clear filter, if you see, this is my token value. This token is getting passed. And if you see, my dashboard has been refreshed with all the concatenating values because this is replaced with star. Now what we'll do, we'll hide this one. So what we'll do is we'll copy this, go to edit, source, control F, fine, next. This is my input. So this is how you hide anything, any panel or input. You'll say depends equals to, in the double quotes there is a token called hidden. Okay, you click on save. Now that itself is not there. Okay, so this is how you implement uh, a drop down, or sorry, a drill down for a column in a Splunk table for which there is a no drop down. Now the same functionality you can achieve for other columns as well, so I'm not implementing for them. And the same clear filter functionality you can achieve for other type of charts as well, so it depends on you. Okay. Mm, now we'll go to the event details. Now event details, if you see, it's just giving me the all the events, right? So here we'll try to see other kinds of drill down here. Okay, so as you see, this is a Google Play apps, right? So we'll try to um, we'll try to when you click on something here in an event, right? We'll try to capture that value. Let's say we will try to click on the app name and try to search in Google Play Store. Okay, so to do that, what we'll do is I'll go to Google Play app search. Okay, to get the URL. Now let's say here I search any app name. Let's just say it. Okay, this is the URL it is running. I'll copy this URL. Okay, I'll go over here. I'll click on edit. For the event details, drill down. Okay, now we'll select, instead of tokens, we'll select link to a custom URL. Okay, now URL will be this one. Now if you see, this portion has to be changed. So what it will be? Similar, click dot value. This token I will be passing over there. Click on apply. Click on save. Refresh your dashboard once. Now dashboard refresh is required because sometimes when you click on different panels, right, those corresponding drill down related tokens are passing over here. So it's always good practice to click on refresh your dashboard. So you may get some noise because plane is going on. Okay, so if I click on this first, okay, mm, let me see why it is not working. Error in invalid country. Okay, here it has to be URL encoded one. Okay, click on save. Refresh the dashboard. Okay, so now if you see here, if I click on here, okay, so it is redirect to this play.google.com. It is running a search there, or basically with this first value, whatever I am clicking on, and it is listing down all the apps here. Similarly, for, let's say, this one, so it's basically all these apps it is searching in Google. So this is how you can redirect to a custom URL. Or let's say I want to run a search. Okay, uh, so I'll go to edit. I'll, from the same panel, event details only, I'll just edit the drill down. So this time what I'll do, I will say link to a search. Okay, I'll run a custom search here. So what custom search will do, whatever value I am clicking on, right, from my index equals to main, that value I'll pass. Okay, so that means I'll say index equals to main, then my click dot value, click dot value, click dot value I'll pass. Now with this to earliest token and the latest token as well. Now let's see how it is working or not. I click on save. So I'll just refresh my dashboard quickly. Okay, so if I click on here now, this one, so it's, see, in my own app it is running a search with those details of the time selected. I've selected all time in my dashboard, right here I have all time. So the same all time has been passed over here as well, and in this search click dot value it is running. It is giving me the events which are matching those values. Okay, this is how you can run a search as well. And now we'll come back to our single value where I was wanted to show you, is there any way I can enable drill down for single value as well? Yes, we can do that. So we'll just give a small example where we'll say link to a dashboard. Okay, now in this it will give you the apps as well where the different dashboards are available. It's a search and reporting only. Let's say integrity check these files. This is by default one of the dashboards comes with the Splunk search app, right? So I'll click on apply. I'll click on save. So if I just refresh my dashboard, okay, so if I click on here, so it is going to that particular dashboard. And now while going to that dashboard, you can pass different parameters as well by doing this, right? So I'll just show you how you can pass it. So if you see in the advanced section, you can give different parameters there as well, like different tokens you have for that. If that dashboard requires some token, you can pass it through this one as well. So this is how you can enable drill down, and you can gain fine grain control of your drill down behavior in your dashboards as well. So through these different kinds of behavior, like either setting up the token or moving to some other dashboard or moving to some other custom URL as well. Okay, now, maybe in the next video, I'll try to solve a particular very interesting problem which requires a conditional dynamic drilling down. So in this dashboard, we have whatever we have discussed is the normal drill down, and then conditional drill down based on that field name, right? Dynamic drill down, like when we are doing the click.value to, right? So in that case, it is dynamically determining the column value. Now conditional dynamic drill down is a more complex situation where when you are drilling down, you actually do not know which column you have to drilling down. So I'll try to cover this with a very interesting problem. Till that point, see you in next video. Thank you.